Hello, welcome to episode 216 of the Datapack tutorial series, version 1.21.8. This will work in earlier versions as well. We're going to be doing more lightning during storms. This was a question on the Discord that I usually hang around in by Fry, and Gal Sergi answered it. I thought it was pretty cool, so we're going to have a look. Let me just go into that view. So let's make it so it's thundering. And you know what a storm's normally like, you get a little bit of thunder. Now, I've cranked up the chance quite high for testing purposes, so it's going to be obvious that it's thundering and lightning. Give it a couple of seconds for it to know that it is actual thunderstorm, and... Oh dear me. Oh... let's just turn it off. So, as you can see, I have cranked it up pretty high. It's probably too high. You're not going to want it that high, but I'll show you where we put the values in and you can change it. Anyway, let's do a reload because I've emptied the data pack already. So let's get on and build it now. I'll just leave them burning. They'll go out by themselves eventually. So let's pop over. Right, the main thing is a predicate. And in fact, we're actually going to have 3 separate predicates, but we'll wrap them all into one. So since we're going to have 3 different ones, we will say, let's open a list. There we go. We now have a list and we can put each predicate in there. So the first one, let's go over to Misode. I'm already on predicate generator. Oh, good. So the first thing I'm going to check for is I'm going to check the weather. So let's do a weather check. Is it thundering? That's it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to copy that. Go back and I'm going to paste that in between my square brackets. I'm just going to line up my brackets there. Okay, now this isn't going to be the last one, so we will have a comma on the end. And let's do another one. So we've got, is it thundering so far? Let's reset this. And now we'll do an entity properties. And the entity will be this. And our predicate will be a periodic tick. So how often are we going to tick? So we tick normally 20 times a second. So you could set this to 20 and we'll be checking every second. I'm going to set mine to 1. So which is kind of pointless doing a periodic tick. You might as well just have a normal tick. But this is just for testing purposes. So we're going to tick up, and every 1 tick, let's change it to 2. There we go. Why not? Every 2 ticks, we're going to do something. So let's copy that. Pop it in here after that one. So now we have a predicate saying, if it is thundering, then every 2 ticks. So at the moment it would just be say every 2 ticks it would say true, 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 true. That's all right, but I'm going to have something else as well. Let's have one more in there. And let's reset this one. And this one we are going to have, the condition is a random chance. And let's set it as a float. So 0 would be no chance at all. 1, 100% chance. So let's set it at, I don't know, 0.1, 10% chance. And we'll copy that. And we'll put this on the end of our predicate. So now what's happening in our predicate? If it is thundering, and it is every other tick, then there is a 10% chance to give out true. So every 2 ticks we're going to have a 10% chance of true. Otherwise it will be false. Okay, that's going to be our predicate, and we're going to use that in our tick function. And we are going to execute as all players. Well, yeah, we can put the predicate in there. Predicate equals is thundering. Run, say, hi. Okay, let's do that. And let's go back and let's do a reload. And let's change the weather thunder. So now we should be getting spammed with hi once the thunder kicks in. Hi, 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 hi. Well, we can see that it's not every 2 ticks. There's that random chance. Okay, something to take into account is I'm pretty sure that what's going to happen here is this is going to run as every player. So the more players, the more lightning. Okay, let's go back and change this. So let's say a player it is thundering. They've got every other tick. They've passed the 10% chance. True has come. So let's say we'll execute at a random player. execute at a random player. And what am I going to do? I'm going to summon a Minecraft marker, and I'm going to run the function summon lightning. So every time we get a true from our predicate, pick any random player on the server. Now, you might want to change that because, I mean, maybe the random player is somewhere where there isn't sort of lightning, maybe in a desert. I don't think you get lightning in a desert. So up to you. I mean, you can say add S. There we go. And it's only going to do it for that player. I'm just going to leave it as add R for now. We're going to summon a marker so that suddenly a marker is going to appear literally at my feet. And then I'm going to run the function summon lightning. And that function is going to run as that marker. Okay. So let's go to summon lightning. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spread the marker out. So it's because I don't want to summon the lightning at me or at the player, because that's just evil. You're just going to be striking them with lightning consistently, which is not that fun. So I'll do a spread players. The center will be where we are, so that's where the player is currently. Spread distance. Now I believe this is the minimum distance between each player. Well, we've only got one marker. So let's just put 1. Max range, how far can it go? Let's say 20. 20 is far enough. That's going to be pretty close to be scary. Respect teams. Well, my marker's not on a team, so I don't think I care about that. So we'll just say false. And the target, who's going to get spread? Well, it's the marker, and we're running this function as the marker, so we can just say S. And then what we'll do is we will execute at S. Now we have to say, we are running this function at the marker already, but we have to say at S, because this function is running where the marker was, which is at the player's feet, and we've just moved the marker. This function doesn't know that we've moved the marker until we say at S. So let's execute at S, and we'll just run summon a lightning bolt. That's it. And then we don't want the marker hanging around, so we'll just do kill at S. Save. Okay, so in our tick, every tick we will check the predicate. The predicate will say, is it thundering? If it's not, it won't go any further. If it is thundering, then it'll say, is it every other tick? If it is every other tick, or it might say, is it every second? Now, every second, there will be a 50% chance to summon lightning. Well, during a thunderstorm, every second there will be a 50% chance to return true. The predicate doesn't return; it just returns false or true. It doesn't summon the lightning itself. So we plug that in here. If we get a true, then we select a random player, we summon a marker and run this function as the marker. We spread the marker so it's within 20 blocks of the player. And we summon a lightning bolt at the marker, bang, and then we kill the marker. Okay, that should do. I'll tell you what as well, let's do something else as well. Let's do, just for fun, let's do a let's do set block at those coordinates, and we'll say a gold block. And we'll do execute at set block. Execute at run set block, and we'll say emerald block. Okay. Minecraft gold block. Okay, let's run that, see what happens. Reload. Change the weather thunder. It always takes a few seconds to kick in. Wait for the storm to start. There we go, started. So, so every time near me. Okay, let's stop that now. Okay. So, we can see where the lightning was hitting because we're getting the emerald blocks, and we can see where the marker was originally summoned because we're getting the gold blocks where I was. And that's, as I said, here, execute. That is remembering the position that was passed to the function. So that's where the marker was. Execute at S is where the marker is. And we've just spread players. That's why all the emerald blocks are out where the lightning is summoning, and why all the gold blocks are in, basically at my feet, and I'm getting pushed out the way. So obviously you don't want that. That was just a little bit of testing. Save that, and we're done. There we go. So now, when it is now I've got more to clean up. Now, when there's a thunderstorm, I think this is good for definitely for a single player map, because you don't have to worry about more players creating more lightning. But if you were walking from, let's say, you're going to explore the haunted graveyard. Now, instead of having to write some sort of fancy thing to summon lightning all around the place, you just do that. Just set the storm, set it to thunder, and have a load of lightning appear just to scare the player that little bit more. Why not? Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks to Galsergi for the commands. Just a quick one. Sorry about that. I have a busy day and I've still got more to do, and it's already 9:10 at night. Huh. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.